Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You have the right to remain well entertained. You wake up in your bed and you're only 12 years old, everything since was just a dream, but you have the knowledge of your older self. What do you do differently? Realize my self-worth. Get out of my crappy hometown. Go to college for what I'm really passionate about. Take school more seriously. Perfect, but also I'd like to add not getting into drugs and finding the right crowd. Tell my dad to go get checked for a brain aneurysm every year. Sorry for your loss. I don't have a good relationship with my father, so I can't relate to the pain, but I'm smart enough to know it sucks. Those are the ones that are the hardest. Trust me. I never fully reconciled with my father before he passed away. That almost literally broke me. Yeah, everyone tells me make good while you still can, but I can't forgive him for the things he's done without a sorry. Even with one, I doubt I could forgive him. Everything. Just effing everything. I was reading my live journal that was mostly written from age 18 to 20. I didn't think I was a effing idiot, but I definitely was a freaking idiot. I actually see that as a good thing. It's good when people evolve. Like when people say, hey, I learned a lot and changed my opinion on something. Start lifting weight. Start now. This is my worst mind F. I keep telling myself I could look much better if I started lifting weights a year ago. And then I think, if I start now, I'll be a year behind the image in my head. Then I don't, because I'm already behind, so why compete? Humans, man. 1. Avoid all debt. 2. Get a degree in a different subject. And 3. Marry someone else. Damn, you surely regret a lot of important things. I hope life gets better for you. Kudos. I think there's an area between regret and how I'd use a do-over. I'm perfectly content with my life, but I'd still play it a lot differently if I had the chance. I'd sit my parents down, tell them the truth, and that they should take out a second mortgage on the house and invest in small startups that I know will grow dramatically in size. They would not believe me, so I'd have to make a prediction of a news event in the near future that's completely out of left field and can't be denied. This would be 1994, I'm assuming the same date, so I'd probably choose O.J. Simpson being arrested for killing his wife, which would be June 18th, week and a half. They'd be amazed, and from then on I'd essentially run the house and largely function as an unfettered adult in my 12-year-old body. I'm still gonna jerk off like 10 times a day though, for old time's sake. For old time's sake. Not say that I want to be a doctor when I get older. That would save me a ton of headache and needling. Also change my study habits, walking habits, hygiene habits, and speaking habits, another ton of headaches gone. Are you doctor yet? You know, talk to me until you doctor. And don't get me started on there are 19-year-olds with master's degrees. And yet here you are, 23 and with an associate's in a degree no one cares about. Honestly, you really disappoint. I wish I could change myself completely. Granted, I may or may not be happy, but at least my loved ones might be happy with the new me. Cry beyond happiness that I'm back in 2005 and begin playing Dungeons and Dragons. There's a website called Roll20, maybe you could play again. Was it around back in 2005? Otherwise I'd likely be stuck with local game stores to find a group to play in. Even so, I'm a forever DM for Pathfinder 2e on Roll20. Go to the freaking gym and never start smoking. Definitely never start smoking, and maybe remember one or another lottery number, or a big sports result, just to make sure. My understanding is that this isn't time travel, but a life lesson type dream. I'm still betting on the Patriots at halftime when they're down 28-3 versus Atlanta. A 12-year-old waking up with decades of memories would go insane. People would think they're crazy until they started listing off everything that would happen and they would come true. What makes you think that nothing would change? Think about it, that would be the worst thing ever. To really know the true future would leave you impotent, no more surprises, everything mapped out and nothing you can do about it. I'd work out more and I'd give up on certain friends and try harder with some. Really only 3 that come to mind that are worth trying to stick with this time around. I'd ignore the rest. Not sure what else I'd do really. This speaks to me. I hung out with a lot of buttholes and let them push me around cause I thought they were cool and I was obsessed with popularity. There were some more genuine kids, but I didn't seek them out like I should have. Invest money. Hey mom, can you put my allowance in the stock market this month? I swear you won't regret it. Honey, I think our child is a market savant. He just made $3.2 million in profit from investing in Windows. By that point you wouldn't even live with your parents. They'd live with you. When I was 12, I received a $5,000 check from a very generous family member. I wanted to buy stock in Amazon, but my parents used it to pay for school. I can't say whether my parents or I would have had the patience to have really profited from that stock, and I'm grateful for my education. But I think about it frequently. I know a lot of people won't agree with this, but if that $5,000 improved your education significantly, I would side with your parents. My parents were not rich, but insisted on Catholic schools. Even if it just let them have a few stress-free holidays/birthdays/random family stuff, I'm not about to get salty about it. Get myself put in foster care and finish school early. Blackmail my father and stepmother with knowledge of their crimes and putting the fear of God into them to get my siblings the emotional and academic support they need from outside sources. Probably spend a year or two figuring out what the optimal career path is to be financially stable enough to have kids in my 20s. Do that. Try to justify my knowledge of a couple languages nobody I've ever met has spoken according to everyone I know. Spend a long time wrapping my head around how to have relationships with people once legally old enough, when I'd be attracted to people much older than me but subconsciously judging those same people willing to have a relationship with my much physically younger self. Troll the internet by making people freak out with my uncannily accurate comments about the future. Likely get accused of being a hipster for an annoyingly large portion of my life thanks to consistently liking trends before they're popular. Tell my mom, you know how you work with kids that have ADHD? You know how you constantly say those kids remind you of me? You know how you're constantly getting mad at me for doing things that are symptoms of ADHD? Here's the phone book, call a psychiatrist and make an appointment. Also, I would tell my dad what stocks to buy. My ADHD was the first thing I thought of too. Wasn't diagnosed until 2015 at age 19. I can't help but imagine how different things would be for me now had I received help early on. Insist on getting birth control. Get an autism screening. Tell my crush that I do have a crush on him, but it's okay if he doesn't like him back. Fight my elementary school principal. Do not take art or band, it is not fun. Funny, because I'd end up majoring in music in college if I could do it all over again. And I'd start a mariachi band, played tuba, and a barbershop quartet, sang tenor, instead of working my way through at the mall. Hell, I'd still probably join the army, but instead of being a photographer, I'd be in the band. Truth is everyone would have a mental breakdown. You wouldn't be able to trust reality anymore, and I can't begin to imagine the mental toll of losing everything you have overnight and trying to connect with others as a 12-year-old with a 20-something's mindset. I would be crying at the loss of my children. Without everything going exactly as it has, my children wouldn't exist anymore. If anything at all is different, a different sperm fertilizes a different egg in a different way and produces different people than my kids. I'm crying right now even thinking about it. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.